guess who it is.
Is it, what's his face?
Yeah.
Oh. Connecting to audio.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh. I can't hear you. Maybe I'll send a quick message just to remind everybody that we're there. Let's see.
Yeah, they got 2 minutes technically.
Yeah. Hopefully no technical difficulties. So clear.
There's another one.
Perfect. Okay, group U.
Oh, there they are.
Everyone?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. Okay. I just let everyone know that we're. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
Charlie.
Hello. Hi, Charlie. How's Charlie been? Let's see here.
Oh my God, come here.
So far, just the two, but we'll see.
I sent a message, so I think people should be popping up pretty soon.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Hello. Oh my gosh, she looks so big.
You know,
Hello.
Looks like she got a fresh do too.
I say, yeah, I got a haircut.
Or did she get a haircut before the holidays?
Yeah, but yeah, I guess it's only been 2 weeks. Yeah.
Sorry. Hey. Come on, you got it. Come on. No, thank you. I have a little kitten that I'm trying to teach not to jump up on counters.
I say I couldn't tell if it was May or Nanaki.
No, May's like much bigger.
I just saw like a nose. That's all.
Oh no, she would just be on the counter. How's everybody doing?
Very good.
How was Christmas?
Very good. A little short.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's feeling too soon.
I can't believe it's been 2
Start
weeks.
my brain working again.
Did anybody have issues with the dogs and the Christmas trees or no?
No, not really.
No, that's good.
The tree skirt, digging in the skirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Trying to see what's underneath. That's so funny. We'll still give everyone else a few minutes before we get started, just in case there's any technical difficulties happening or any passwords forgotten for Zoom. Don't even think about it.
Oh, there we
Such a little
go.
monster.
More.
Hmm?
We got one more.
Perfect.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll go get May. She's
That
having
might
a
be
nice time on the couch. Don't even think about it, mister.
Is this working?
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year. We were just talking about Christmas. How was your Christmas?
Oh, it's a strange one, right?
Yeah.
The first time I've never seen my parents for Christmas in my whole life.
Sorry, we're just looking for how to work.
No worries. the first one. We're all figuring out how to how to do this.
Goes the other way.
I know, I feel like everybody came back just a little bit more glum. Like
Yeah.
not you guys, I like in general, you know, like after the holidays, everyone is a little bit more glum, unfortunately.
I know. The weather doesn't help, right?
I know,
No.
we haven't had like a sunny day, I swear, in like the longest time.
It's
Just need
true.
one nice sunny day, please.
I'm with you. Did you get your hair cut?
I did, yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah, it feels really great on my neck. My hair is way too long.
Piper's here busy with a bone, in case you're wondering.
I can't see that.
I was just gonna say, I wonder how big she is now.
She's really big now, actually.
Is she?
I don't know if you can see her, actually.
Oh, no.
I saw tail.
Oh,
my huge. She looks
Yours got
darker.
fluffier.
Hi,
Piper. Oh yeah, looking long.
so big.
She is looking long-legged.
She's really long.
They're all bigger. It looks like they're all bigger anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Charlie looked a little bit bigger
Yeah,
over there
Looks
too.
a lot taller, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Aw.
Gosh, so cute. All right. Well, just waiting for one more, but I mean, we can get started a little bit. Hey, May, come back here. You're my demo dog. Come back here.
You guys will get to meet May tonight.
Oh yeah, you guys get to meet my dog May. She's very eager to get to one of her beds, which is the couch in the living room. She like really loves it in there. But yeah, so we can talk a little bit about how I kind of plan to have the class. So we're still gonna do everything that was in the curriculum, in the original curriculum that I had given you guys at the beginning of the semester or of the course. And as something a little bit different is since we are at home, distractions are actually going to be more like minimal as opposed to doing things in class. Like if you feel that, you know, your pup is pretty likely to kind of stay with you and listen to you, you can feel free to not use a leash when we're doing some of the exercises. Like for today, you could probably do some like the exercises without a leash if you find that your puppy is doing a pretty good job at staying with you. Of course, if you're still kind of having a little bit of trouble with your puppy staying in the same room with you, then I will suggest that we still put a leash on. And then what you can just kind of do is you just drop the leash and just kind of keep it around. And actually it'll still be the same as in class. I would suggest that you guys still put out a place, like your puppy's place, and just reward them for staying on their place. We are going to do the on your place exercise today as well. So it'll just be nice to still kind of try to keep the same or a really similar type of idea at home for the class as we would when we were out, it like in physical form in class. And if anybody needs to take a potty break or anything, just let me know, and then we can just kind of, you know, pause a little bit. I won't really go forward on anything until you're back from your potty break. And unless you're not doing it already, if you do go out for a potty break, I'll suggest that you do that also on leash to kind of minimize the amount of time that we are on our potty break. Because sometimes, as we know with potty training and stuff, when we just kind of let our puppies go into the backyard, they might kind of get distracted and like start playing with something blowing or see a squirrel or something like that. So I'll still encourage you to do potty break on leash to kind of keep it as short as can be, so that we can continue with class. Another big difference, of course, is going to be our play breaks. So an hour is still a really long time to be training with your puppy. So we still want to have those play breaks in between the things that we are learning. But this time we're not going to have another puppy to kind of take care of that for us. So what I'll have you guys do is, if you can just grab maybe 2 or 3 toys that you know your puppy really likes, maybe 2 or 3 different types of toys. It could be a ball or a squeaky or a tuggy or something. And what we're going to practice on, which is actually really good practice either way, is how to play with your puppy. So I will get May and we can do a little bit of practice with playing with our puppy. So I'm gonna be using, I have 2 toys for May. So May isn't huge on playing, so she won't be as exciting as I'm sure your puppies will. She gets over toys pretty quickly. And she's a little sleepy now. So I'm going to try my very best to also get her to play with me. But what I have is I have a little squeaky toy for her, which she tends to sometimes get pretty excited about. And I also have a little tuggy with her. I am going to talk a little bit about what it is to bring your toys to life, let's say, and then when we want our toys to kind of turn off. So when we bring our toys to life, what that means is we're just going to be like wiggling the toys around. If it has a squeaker, you're going to be squeaking it and you can kind of move it around. Sometimes I like to kind of toss it up in the air and just to basically just give the toy movement so that it's a little bit more exciting than if you're just like holding the toy there and you're like, here you go, take it. Because your dog is probably not going to get, well, they are puppies, but they might be a little less interested. So when we are doing play breaks, we're going to grab our toy, we're going to make it come alive, and then we're just going to encourage vocally our dogs to play with us. So for me, like with May, it's really hard to get her to play actually tug, because as soon as I pick it up, she kind of tends to just like drop it and be like, oh, that's okay, like I don't want it anymore. So what I've been working on is I try to like encourage her to pull back on it. And so when she does pick it up and she doesn't drop it, I'm saying good girl and good job. And I'm moving it a little bit slower than maybe with a puppy that actually enjoys playing tug, just to kind of encourage her to hold on to it for as long as possible. And then if they drop it, that's okay too. I mean, that's how it is. And we're not as exciting as puppies, as other puppies, but we can do a pretty good job at least trying to get some engagement from them. Okay, so we're still gonna have play breaks like that. Even if during your play break, you wanna do some like fun tricks with your puppy, that's totally fine. If you know any like kind of, I would try to kind of keep it a little bit on the easier side, because it is meant to be a break. So we don't want to necessarily be doing something super difficult, but like, you know, if it's just like a fun trick, like a paw shake, or even like, you know, like a twirl or something, then that's another way that we can also incorporate that into our play breaks. Does anybody have any questions about that? No? All right, so why don't we try our first play break? We'll just do a short one. I will go get May because she's back on the couch. And I'll probably have to put a leash on her. So just go ahead and grab your toys while I get May. Okay. And then even what you can do to kind of get your pup a little bit kind of excited into, interacting with you a little bit is, like I said, I'm going to put a leash on May so she actually kind of stays by. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do a couple of find its with her just to kind of get her interested in me and not the couch. So find it. Yes. Does everybody remember how to do a find it? Yeah? If not, just a quick review. You're gonna have a treat and you're gonna show it to your pup. And if you're able to at this point, you can toss the treat a little bit. So find it. And you're gonna say, find it, yes. And as soon as their head is over it, we're gonna say yes, okay? So I'm just gonna do 3 find its with me. Okay. Find it. Yes. I have a little pad here.
Good,
Trying to-
Mackie.
Excuse me, boo-boos. Find it. Yes. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab my toy and let's see if we can get her to engage. So with May, sometimes I have to give her a little bit of a push, just like really light pushes. Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? What's this one? Oh, get it. Get it. What's this? Oh, can I try the squeaky one? Can I try the squeaky one? Oh, it's Disney. Oh, oh. Go get it. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, thank you. Ready? Go get it. Get it. Good girl. So see, very low enthusiasm over here. But there's some, so better than nothing. So you really kind of, it's a little bit more work for you really than it is for them. Go get it. Go get it. Yeah, good girl. There she is. Oh, there she is. That's me. That's a good girl. Hey, 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 hey. Go get it.
There we go. We got Charlie playing a little bit.
And she's like, okay.
Okay. Piper.
But like I said, a lot of enthusiasm over here. How's everyone else doing? Oh, we got Piper. She's got Tuggy there. And I think Jen said Charlie was
Yeah, he's playing a little bit. Oh, he got
Nice.
running. There we go.
and sometimes I like literally will just like throw it in the air and make it really easy just to make it a little bit more exciting. Hi, sweetie pie. Good girl.
Oh, just wants cuddles.
Yeah. Was like, let me on the couch. There we go. This is me. And so just like you, I'm gonna set up my placemat right beside me. And this is actually something you can even do if you're working from home. Is I just kind of have May here. And like I said, we will do an on your place exercise. Yes. But I'm gonna be dropping, I just have her placemat right beside my computer. Yes. And I'm just dropping treats. Sorry, it's not a great angle. I'm just dropping treats right on the place. So even while I'm talking to you, you might just randomly see me drop a treat, and that's just going to encourage her to just stay beside me while we're talking about some other stuff. Okay, so did that play go well for everybody? And how are you guys feeling about it?
Our little guy is a little sleepy today.
Yeah.
It looked like it.
Yeah, it's different because they're at home and it's sleepy time. It's not as stimulating. But that's okay. Even if you just kind of try, and the more that you kind of start encouraging them to play with you, kind of the better that it will get, hopefully, throughout these few weeks that we are doing this. All right, so today, what we are going to be doing is we're really going to be focusing on resource guarding. And the prevention of resource guarding. So a lot of times when our pup has a really valuable item, they might want to guard it because they really don't want that item taken away. The item can sometimes, it can be food, it can be a particular toy, sometimes it can even be a space, and it can even be a person. So what we really want to do with our puppies is, as they're growing up, we want to actually kind of build a trust between them so that they can learn that they don't actually need to be guarding valuable items, because they can trust that, you know, even if we take something valuable away, we're going to give them something that's really good in return. And sometimes we're actually going to give them the same thing right back. And other times we're going to give them something that is just as good as what they have given up. So we really kind of want to work on that trust building. And the biggest thing with that trust is that it would be ideal not to be just yanking toys or food away from them or out of their mouth. We're going to do a couple of exercises where we can teach our pup to actually just stay off of something. And we're also going to talk about a trade game. And a trade game is when, if they have, say, a sock in their mouth that they really shouldn't have in their mouth, rather than going in and yanking it out of their mouth, what we're going to do actually is we're actually just going to trade it. And so that's going to be the trade game, which I'll go into a little bit more in a second. So the first thing that I'm going to go over is our Watch Me. Okay, so a Watch Me is a really great way for our pups to kind of get their attention back onto us. So sometimes if we are walking and you see like a pile of garbage coming up and you might want to try and walk by it with minimal attempts to eat the garbage, you could try doing a Watch Me. That might be a little bit difficult starting off, but if we start practicing it at home and stuff, it's something that's really nice to practice on your walks. Sometimes I like to even go like maybe a couple houses length with having May just doing a Watch Me. And I still alternate between doing it, like in an easy situation, which means there's no other dogs around or other distractions or no food on the floor or like that pile of garbage she might be tempted to. And then sometimes I'll also switch it up where I can do that Watch Me when we are walking past a dog. So it's just something really nice to kind of practice. And it also is going to help with even like that heel that we will be learning, I think, next week when we're going over the walking class. Okay, so the way to do the Watch Me is I hope everyone also has like loaded on treats and stuff for the class. Since you are at home, and sorry, I should have talked about this a little bit earlier. Since you are at home, you can see if you can get away with using kibble because it is a low distraction environment, or at least using kibble that's been in like some treat dust in a jar. So you don't have to use you shouldn't have to use your highest reward treats right now, since we are just doing it at home and there are minimal distractions. So if you can get away with using kibble, absolutely do. And for the next couple classes, you can set aside a part of your puppy's meal and use that when we're doing the classes. And that will be also a fun, interactive way to feed your dog. We'll be in class. So with the Watch Me, I have a little treat here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it right up to my dog's nose. And then I'm going to bring up my hand, and I want to keep it at eye level. I don't want it too close to my head, and I don't want it too far away from my head. So maybe just like a foot or so. Just this distance is good. And what I am looking for is for my dog to be looking at the treat and then to look at me. Okay. Now, since we are learning, if you just get, kind of a quick glance, that's totally fine. When you get that glance, as soon as they look at you, you're going to mark. So you're going to either use that clicker or the word yes, and then you're going to follow it with a treat from another hand. So I will show you with May. So I've got 2 treats here, and May's doing such a good job being on her place, and I'm going to call her off. Good girl. All done. Come on. Okay, so I've got 2 treats here. I'm going to put one behind my back. I'm going to show one to May. I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to say, watch me. Yes. And obviously, May has had a lot of practice, so she is good at holding the Watch Me. If your puppy isn't, good girl. Yes. If your puppy, it takes them a second to actually glance over at your face, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Just remember, the closer you're holding it to your head, the more difficult it's going to be for you to see kind of that distinction of where the puppy is looking at it. Even if you're holding it in front of your face, it's a little bit different because you got to make sure that that Watch Me is at you and not at the treat that you are holding for your puppy. Okay, so I'll have you guys try it, and I will watch from here. And let me know if you have any questions as well, or having some sort of issue that I can't see on this end. Good job. And when you have the other treat, just make sure you put it behind your back so that your pup isn't distracted by that one. Good job, Piper. Good job, Bo. Good job. And if with Charlie, if you're finding that this is really easy, see if you can do a Watch Me while you're walking. So even if you just get up and just kind of walk a little bit, see if you can do, or for anybody, in fact, if you're finding that this is really easy, see if you can take a couple steps with that Watch Me where your pup is still looking at you while you kind of take a couple steps with them. Only if you feel that it's kind of a more difficult version of the Watch Me. So you are totally perfectly fine to just stay at that regular Watch Me, but see if you can take a couple steps with your pup. So like with Charlie, what I would do is I would actually have Charlie walk beside you, like walk with you with that Watch Me.
Oh. 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 Watch me. Oh. Come here. Yes. Go. Now don't sit, buddy? Watch me. Watch me.
Oh, Bo.
Come on, Bubba.
Good job, Piper.
You want to hold hands and sit? Watch.
He's just staring.
Watch me. Oh, I got two here for you, buddy. Come, come. Watch me. Find it.
Good job. And so with Bo, I wasn't able to see you. So I can't see if Bo is looking at you, but I think.
Like he's just not moving.
Yeah, he's following the tree, just not following me.
Yeah, he's
So in that case, just wait him out a little bit. So just hold it and then just stay still. May, get back over here. She's trying to escape back onto the couch. Thank you, May. And so with Bo, if you just hold it for a little bit longer and just wait just for that quick glance over.
Come here.
no, just give him a minute. Just stay close to him.
And maybe even stand closer to Bo.
Hi, sweetheart. Yes.
That looked like a look there.
It looks like it. And it's
Yeah.
hard to tell.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes. You can have one. Sit down. Sit down. I got
How did Charlie do with the walking? I saw him walking. Did he give you the look? Yeah, good.
Nice.
Watch
And
me.
and what about Piper there? How is Piper?
On mute. She's good. I think she's, we're used to doing look at me. I guess I just kind of point my eyes and she's look at me. So watch me is that's new terminology for her, but I think she's doing okay.
Okay, well, you know what? If she's used to the word look at me, that's totally fine if you use look at me rather than the word watch me, because it's the exact same command. It's just a new word.
Okay.
So feel free to continue using the words look at me. That's no problem.
Okay.
All right. So after we finish up our last watch me there with Bo, I'll have you guys do a little play break with your puppies. So like I said, it can just be some simple tricks, and then try to see if you can kind of engage them in whatever toy you guys have there.
There you go, Piper. She's playing.
Yeah, and so is Charlie. Charlie's having a good time with maybe a hot dog or a hamburger. Both kind of getting into it. She's like, all right, I'm awake now. I'm up. I'm here.
In 2 weeks, they had to get back into it.
Yeah. Oh, good job.
Yeah, on the back, on the back play.
Yeah. Piper's just like, take it. So cute.
Oh, there, now we got all three of them.
Yeah. Good job. I wonder where Remy was today.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good jobs. It's so nice that you get like a half play, half snuggle. Like Charlie there, he's like half snuggly. It's really nice. But also playing. That's great.
He's not gonna fit in your lap much longer though. He's gonna be too big.
Already he looks a little too big. So cute. Oh no, we can't hear you. I see your lips moving, but I can't. see some lip movement, but
That's strange.
good job, Piper.
Oh,
Oh, I heard something.
yeah, something might have worked, whatever you did.
Something from someone.
Now?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
perfect.
Sorry.
So sorry if you were asking questions before, because we
Well-
definitely would not have heard them.
I was asking, is wrestling with him okay?
Yeah, that's fine. You
Not like throwing him around or anything.
yeah, not like I'm sure you're not like picking him up and like
He
dog-
didn't take any leg drops or anything. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, wrestling is fine. The only thing is we do still want to teach our puppies to have a soft mouth. So we just kind of want to avoid any kind of nipping that's really going on. Sometimes like our puppies like might put their mouth like over us, but you know that there's like zero pressure being put
Yeah.
down, and then that's kind of okay. But if you feel any pressure at all from their jaw, I would say ouch and kind of stop the play. And then you can start it up again, give it like a couple seconds, and then you can start it up again. So that's the only thing I would recommend just with wrestling, that we still want to be teaching that soft mouth. So any pressure that's happening, we're going to stop the play for a little bit, and then we can go back into the play.
It's just that I heard people say before, like it teaches them to be aggressive, but I don't know if that's true or not.
No, I mean, like you see in class, the puppies are wrestling with each other,
Yeah,
like, because all the dogs kind of have a different play style. And some dogs just really enjoy wrestling. So like I said, the biggest thing we really just want to continue teaching is that soft mouth,
Yeah.
not to be getting too hard with our bites, especially on you.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, it's totally fine. I like to, even if like if I would do wrestling, I like to incorporate a tuggy as well, so that it's kind of also involving a toy there. And if they are kind of starting to get excited, you can kind of put that tuggy in their mouth, and they can kind of be chomping out on that. And then I'll like be pushing the bum and like other stuff, but they're kind of biting on the tuggy toy. So that's what I would like to add to the wrestling. All right. So that was actually a really good play from everybody. I'm really impressed. Okay, so now we're going to go into a little bit of those resource guarding activities to kind of help our pup to stay off of things. So the first, we have our leave it / off command. And within that command, there's kind of like 4 variations of it, because we want to practice this command with both food, with toys, and also with unwanted items. So like a sock, or a dryer sheet, or even tissue. So anything that we don't want our pups actually taking, we do want to generalize that when we say leave it or off, it applies to absolutely everything. So we will start off with just our easy leave it or off. So I'll have you guys pick. You can either pick to say leave it or off. We're not going to go back and forth between the two. We really just want to pick one or the other. I personally use leave it. I don't know, JB, what do you use leave it as well?
Yeah.
I know Jen, like our head trainer, she uses off. So it's totally up to you which word you want to use. But the biggest thing is that you're only going to use that one word, and we're not going to go back and forth with leave it or off, or else that's going to start becoming a little bit confusing for our pups. Okay. So our first leave it command is going to be in a scenario where you are walking down the sidewalk And if you saw a pizza slice on the ground, you're gonna stay right here. Thank you. Just getting up to go to the couch again. So the scenario is you're walking past maybe a pizza slice and you don't want your dog to take it. And so in this case, we're just gonna ask for a leave it. We're gonna treat with a reward. And then we're not gonna go back to that same pizza slice, okay? So we are going to be using 2 treats again. So you're gonna have the one which you are gonna present to your dog and ask them to stay off of. And you're gonna have the other one that we're gonna put behind your back, okay? So, and I'll show you guys with May as well. But what you wanna do is you're gonna put one treat in the palm of your hand. You wanna show it to your pup. And then you're gonna say leave it or off. And then you're gonna close your palm, okay? So your puppy is probably gonna come around, they're gonna smell that treat and they're gonna probably be sniffing around it. They might start pawing at your hand. They might start even kind of try to like nibble around your hand to see how they get that treat out. And what I'm gonna ask you guys to do is to just hold your hand nice and steady. We don't wanna be moving our hand back. We want our puppy to move themselves away from the treat rather than us pulling our hand back, okay? So this is gonna make it that we have a nice strong leave it command. So we're gonna hold our hand nice and steady. As soon as we see your pup back off the treat or even look away, we're gonna say yes, and then we are going to reward with the treat behind our back. So we're not gonna give them this treat, we're gonna reward with a different treat behind our back. Okay, so I will show you with May. Okay. So we have a nice little May here, nice and ready.
Snack monster.
Okay, so I'm gonna show her the treat. I'm gonna say, leave it. And she usually looks up right away. Yes. Okay. If your puppy is not that quick to look away, because usually puppies aren't, they tend to actually try to figure out how they can get that treat for a little bit longer. She's just practiced this more. You're just gonna hold your hand still and just wait them out.
Look at me.
So go ahead and give that a try. Come on.
That was awesome with Charlie. Oh my God.
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. I know, it's so delicious. Leave it. Look at me. Yeah, good job. You're so smart.
Good job. Good job with Charlie there. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention is we want to say the command one time only. So that's the only little tweak there. Charlie was doing fantastic and you're even able to hold it with your palm open, which is great. So we do want to just say the command the one time, just so that our pup learns you say it one time and they're going to stay off it just that one time.
Charlie, leave it.
Leave it. Leave it. Yes.
Oh, good job, Piper.
Oh, she heard that.
She's like, me?
Leave it. Yes.
I'm pretty sure Bo's doing a good job too over there. We just have the back side of her.
Yes.
There we go.
Charlie, crawl.
Yeah, and then just wait her out there.
Crawl. Crawl.
You're doing great.
Crawl.
Hold your hand nice and steady and just wait her out. She will
Good job.
eventually back off.
Sit.
Good job with Bo.
Leave it. Yes, good boy.
Good job.
Boy, yes.
Keep holding it. Keep holding it. You're doing great. Yes. So that's where your mark. There you go. Perfect. Good job. That was very nice.
Yes, Charlie. Yes. Yes. Good boy.
Oh, look at Charlie. Good boy.
Boy. Yes. Good boy.
So cute. And Piper's just like fully relaxed.
I know, look at that on your place.
I know, she's got her hip up. She's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, the treats keep coming. She's good.
Yes. Good boy, Charlie. Good boy. It's easier when you're sleepy. Yeah.
Oh.
Find it.
Good job, everyone. Good job, Bo. That was really good.
Charlie. Leave it.
Oh my God, Charlie's face. So cute.
He's sleepy tonight.
He just like watches it go down and he's like,
He has this look like, come on, you're kidding, right?
what about now?
Yeah, exactly.
So sweet. That's so cute. Good job, Bo. Perfect. Very nice. So I think Piper's gone for a little potty break. I'm gonna guess, I think. So what I'll have you guys do is I'll have you do another little play break session just until Piper comes back. You can even just do some easy find its if you'd like, or even some nice snuggles are also good, some nice pets, but just something where you're interacting with your pup there. And then we'll go over kind of the next kind of way that you can try the leave its. Good girl.
Good boy. Good job.
Good job.
Oh no.
And even with this, like with this leave it, you can, like I said, you can use it with other items. So you can use it with toys where you get your puppy playing with the toy and then you tell them, you ask them to leave it. And then when they do, you say yes, and then you can still introduce a treat reward and the toy will just go away in that instance. So that is something also that I would have you guys practice. And like I said, also, if they pick up a sock or they pick up a tissue or something that you don't want them to have, or like a shoe, try saying the command, leave it. If you're finding that they're having a hard time being able to leave it, what I like to do is I will actually, if this were in my dog's mouth, say, I would say, leave it. And then I'm actually just going to kind of try to put my hand around most of it so that, say, only this part would be in my dog's mouth. And then I'm just going to wait there. And then once they drop it, I can still say yes. And I'm going to be rewarding with a food treat and putting that toy away. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to get something really exciting out of your pup's mouth. And this is where we're also going to introduce our new cue, which is going to be our take it command. So sometimes we're going to have our dog stay off of something and they're not going to get that item back. And other times we're actually going to also practice having them stay off of something and then they will get that exact same item back. Okay, so we'll practice this again just with a treat. So in this case, we only need one treat. Same thing, we're going to put it in the palm of our hand. We're going to present it to our dog. We're going to say leave it or off. We're going to wait them out. As soon as they back off, what we're going to do this time is we're going to say yes, and we're going to say take it. And they're going to be able to take this exact same treat back. Okay, so I will show you with me here. May, sit. Come on. Yes. Okay, so now, come on. Okay, so I have the treat and I'm going to say leave it. Yes, take it. Okay, so I'm giving her back the exact same treat.
Charlie.
Okay, so give that a go.
Yeah.
Yes.
You good?
Leave it.
Yes, take it.
Yes. Take it.
Good job, Piper. Good job, Charlie.
Yes, take it.
Leave it. Look at me.
Jabba.
Good job, Bo.
Yes.
Take it.
Oh, Charlie.
Good job, Bo. Good stuff. And if you have a toy,
Yes.
grab the toy, make it turn on, make it come alive, make it really exciting. Let them have it for a little bit and then say your command again, that leave it or off. Remember to kind of scrunch it up a little bit so that if you say leave it, they're not kind of gnawing on this end or gnawing on the other end. So we're just kind of like limiting the surface that they can bite on. And then as soon as they back away, you can say, good job, and take it again. And then they can have that same toy back.
Leave it. Good job. Yes.
Oh, good job, Piper.
Yay, good job, Piper.
Into it.
Mhm.
Fingers goes deeper.
The guy was sleeping.
It's up here too.
Leave it.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
Good job, Charlie.
Good job, Charlie.
Non-verbal. Over here. Stand.
Yes. Take it.
Yes. Spin. Sit. Sit.
Leave it. Yes. Take it.
Good job. Good job, Bo.
Hi.
Leave it.
Good job.
Bo's like, paw. Then he like sits back down. He's like, okay, I'll wait.
Leave it.
So cute.
Yeah, furry.
Yes. Take it.
Exactly. Me?
Yeah, there you go.
Your night school class.
Oh my gosh, Piper is cracking me up.
Leave it. Yes. Take it.
Charlie, all the chicken you want. Here.
Leave it.
Good job. All right, I'll have you guys finish up your last one. Pepper's like, I got it. I got it. Good job. Bo's ears like flopped over. All right. All right. So
Yes.
like I said, with this, we want to make sure that we're using it with toys and as well as with food. You can even practice this. May, where you going? Thank you. You can even practice this where you actually do it every time that you're going to feed them. So like I'll like sprinkle food in like May's snuffle mat or something. And then I will put the mat down and I will say, leave it. And I'll wait for her to kind of back off it. And then when she does, I just say, okay, good girl, take it. So it's good also just to practice a little bit of patience. And then that way they're not like rushing the bowl as you're like putting it down. So you can also practice it in that way. And if you find that your pup is having a really easy time with this, or they're just doing really, really well with that, leave it command, excuse me. Then you can start bringing the treat lower and lower to the ground. So the lower to the ground that your hand is, actually, no, sorry. Before we bring it low to the ground, you can start opening your palm up. Okay, so we can say leave it, and you can leave your palm open. If they come and try to grab the treat, all we're gonna do is we're just gonna close our palm back up, and we're gonna slowly open it up again until our pup is able to stay off of the treat from our open palm. So that would be kind of the next step that you can start trying if throughout the week your pup is having is being very successful at just being able to stay off the treat. Try opening your palm up a little bit, and then you can start moving your hand closer and closer to the ground, because the closer to the ground that it is, it's going to be harder for your puppy to stay off of it. Okay. And the last thing that we were going to go over is what we like to call the trade game. So this is in the case that, our puppy has a sock and we've asked them to leave it, and they decided that they didn't want to leave it and that it's too much fun, and that treat, that one single treat in your hand is just not going to cut it. So in that case, what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a trade for it. So for the trade, you want to actually grab multiple treats. Sometimes it's a good idea to grab a big chunk of a treat just to make it a little bit more enticing. And what you're going to do is, if your puppy has something, rather than going in and like prying their mouth open and like taking something out, we're actually just going to grab a bunch of these treats and we're just going to drop them kind of near and around them. So if this was my puppy's face, we would kind of drop the treats around them, and we can just kind of sprinkle them. You can even kind of sprinkle them in a little bit. Oh, sorry, losing treats over here. You can even kind of sprinkle them in a little bit of like a path, so that they're probably going to have to drop whatever is in their mouth in order to collect that treat. That's another reason why I say sometimes if it's like an emergency, you can drop like a bigger piece of treat rather than small ones, because then they will have to drop whatever's in their mouth, and then they're going to go pick up those treats. When they go and pick up that treat, that's when you're just going to kind of be pretty quick with your movement. You kind of go in, you take that unwanted item away, and the item is just going to go away, and your dog is just enjoying kind of picking up the little treat path that you have put out for them. The trade game is a little bit difficult to demo with May. But does everyone kind of understand how that trade works? Yeah, is everyone clear with it? I can even just kind of show you how I would do it is, so if sorry, this is so silly. Okay, so if my dog was here, I would just drop like just a bunch of treats just kind of up ahead, and then I could continue to drop them away from where my dog was so that they drop the treat, and then so that they drop the item and then go and pick up the treat. If it's like a serious emergency, like they've picked up a nail or something like that, do go in. Do just go right in and get that out, because obviously we also don't want our pups getting sick or swallowing some foreign objects that you're going to be a little bit stressed out about afterwards, them needing to pass it. So if it's a real emergency, absolutely you can go in. Another thing you can actually practice with them is opening their jaw and doing a trade like in their mouth. So if you just kind of lightly press around like the jawline where there's kind of like a muscle there, if you just gently press it, it will actually make their mouth open. And then what we would do in that case is we would grab a treat, we would take out the foreign item, and then in its place, we are going to put a treat in there. That's just kind of a good way to make the best out of a not so great situation. But of course, doing a leave it, having a strong leave it is a much better option. And being successful with that trade game is also just kind of a better option, and it's not intrusive. So it's going to teach your dog to kind of trust you and not feel the need to clench their jaw and swallow things or be guarding anything that they might kind of find of high value. Yeah, does anybody have any questions about anything that we've covered today? No?
There are some times when Piper will kind of run to the sofa. She can't really jump onto it, but kind of put her front paws on there. We're not really encouraging her to jump on the sofas. Would you encourage the same thing and get her off with that trail of treats, or is there a leave it, or what's the best way to?
Yeah, you could do like a find it to kind of get her to move her body off of that couch. Or you could even do like a touch away from the couch. So if she's sitting, you're going to kind of, if this is your couch, or here, I'll show you with me. So I'm sitting, so I would just kind of do a touch away from where I'm sitting to encourage her to kind of get that treat and remove herself off the couch. And then you'll praise her and you'll say, good job. Even sometimes you can kind of interrupt her too. So if you kind of are looking at her and she's like looking like she's gonna jump up, like she's gonna go and put her paws up, just like a quick short sound like an ah, and then that's gonna make her kind of probably sit back down or just put her paws back down. And then you can also give her a reward in that case to even prevent the jump up. Yeah.
Any advice on how to get eye drops in?
Oh, no, eye drops. Okay. Yeah, so kind of the same thing with, remember how we did, I think our last class was our socialization class. So just kind of going slowly. If you have like a chewy treat, like, I don't know if you have sweet potato, like a dog treat, like a dehydrated sweet potato, they tend to be really, really chewy. And if Charlie is into it, then that is something that you can use. So you can kind of hold the treat and let him kind of start getting into the treat and like kind of really start gnawing on it, or you can use a bully stick as well. And while he's like kind of going at it, practice even just, like touching the eye or doing some sort of like eye opening motion. And then kind of work your way up to doing like one drop just on like the one eye, and then give him a little break. And then you can move on to the next eye. But just do it nice and slow. So even if you just do it like once, like a couple times a day, where you just start off and you just are going to touch his eye while he's gnawing on it, and then you're going to take a break, and then the next step is opening the eye, and then the next step can be try dropping an eye drop in.
Okay, no, thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem. It does he have an eye infection or a little eye soreness?
Just like,
I guess like irritated, like
Yeah.
he's got like, like goopies kind of in his
Okay.
eyes.
Yeah.
It was just in one eye and then in two. So the vet gave us drops and we're
Okay.
supposed to get them in 2 to 3 times a day. But yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Try use like anything, even if the sweet potato is not high value enough, like use like a really high value treat, even if it's like boiled chicken, to get Charlie like really interested in chewing something and not really focusing on on what you're doing to his eye.
Yeah. Okay. No, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Luck.
Does anybody else have any other questions? Oh, I can't hear you.
A little far away. Can you hear us better now?
Yeah.
Okay, so seems to be getting a little bit aggressive. I know he's adorable. It doesn't look like he has it in him. But like when trying to put his harness on, this one that goes over his shoulders, or the one that we have that like a jacket that just zips up around him, or even just petting him, he gets really aggressive and like snaps and lunges at us and tries to bite us. We can't link it to anything in particular.
Okay. And it's not like a playful, like, I'm gonna get you.
Absolutely not. No. It's aggressive, and if you follow him and try to like take the coat half off of him or put it on or something, he just continues to try and like very viciously bite you.
Okay. All right. So,
Like he used to have a resource guarding problem, like with treats or like long-term chews, like a bone or something, and he kind of just grew out of that on his own. Because we spoke to our vet about it, and then this has been just over the past few weeks, just more frequent.
okay.
It's more unpredictable. Like there's no actual trigger. Like it's not like constantly one thing. Otherwise, we've changed that one thing.
Okay. So, sorry, with the resource guarding, is that still happening with like a long chew? No. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so then with like putting like a coat on, it could just be that he's never really liked it and he was just kind of tolerating it. And one time, he maybe snapped back and then we stopped doing it and he was like, oh, great, this works. And so we definitely want to be listening to those signals, and we do want to be giving him space. So I would just say to practice putting the harness on when the harness doesn't actually have to go, when there's no big rush. And the same as we were doing in our socialization class, just start by putting that harness or the jacket, just put it on the ground and do some find its around it, and then put that away, and then bring it back out again. And you can do some touches around it and then put that away. And then bring it. It's a little bit of like a slow and constant exercise that you have to be doing, but that's really kind of the best way to get our pups used to things that they're not really comfortable with. So then you can bring it on again and put your hand through the harness and try to get some touches around the harness. See if you can move your hand back, like if this is my coat, okay? I'm gonna put my hand through it and I'm gonna get some touches around there, and see if you can move your hand back to eventually the point that Bo is actually gonna move his own head through the harness, but we really do wanna be using treats to kind of help him feel a little bit better about it. So even if you can use something that they can chew onto for a little longer, like the long chews, then you can do that as well. If you are doing this and you start moving your hand back and Bo is not coming to do the touch, then it means that he's not feeling comfortable yet. So what that means is you have to put your hand back out, and we're gonna work on doing a touch out here and then we're gonna put it away. Okay, so if at any point when you're moving backwards, or sorry, your hand more back so that he's putting his head through, if he's stopping, then that means that he's not ready yet, and you have to make it a little bit easier again. And of course, sometimes the harness has to go on because we have to go for a walk. I don't know if he's like okay on like a collar or something. But if he's okay walking on a collar, I would suggest walking him on a collar and continue practicing those exercises so that we can kind of avoid those times that we just have to get it on. But yeah, I would say like practice a couple times a day.
Okay.
And just
and
making it easy for him to want to, you know, engage with the harness or with his jacket.
okay. And then most importantly too is when he does like bite us or attack us, what should our response be? Because obviously at that point we're probably pretty irritated with him.
Yeah. So at that point, like if he does kind of if he goes to kind of like nip at you, you can kind of say like and just kind of make that sound. But what we really want to do is we have to listen to him at that point. So he's probably given some other signals that he's not feeling too great about it. And it just means that we've really kind of pushed it too far. So what you can do is I would just stop whatever it is that you are trying to do, whether it's put the jacket on or the harness. I would stop that and just break into a little find it and try to end on a bit of a positive note. And we're going to put that harness and jacket away for a little bit.
Okay.
Or even get like a touch or a sit or get a different command just to end it, like I said, like on a positive note, because we don't want to just reward right after that, of course, because we don't want to make that association. So if we just interrupt it with doing a different command or a find it, something like that, and then just finish the session there, that would be better. But if he's like really pulling away, then just stop so that we can avoid even that escalation of him getting really upset and feeling the need to kind of say, okay, stop it. Like, I'm not liking it. So just take it nice and slow. Okay, does that make sense? Is that all right?
More or less, yeah.
What you can even do is when next time that you are putting anything on or next time that this is happening, take a video and send it to me.
Okay.
Because then it'll be a little bit easier too for me to tweak what's going on there.
Good idea.
All right. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today's class. I'm also just going to mention we still have our classes, like I said, just as regular. We are also adding another online class. It's going to be $25. It's an hour-long Zoom meeting. I believe it's there should be like 3 to 6 pups in each chat, and that's going to be with our head trainer Jen. It's called Ask a Trainer. It's called an Ask a Trainer class, I guess, and it's basically just a class if you're having any particular issues or something that maybe we might not be covering in class or something. It's just a really good class that you guys can sign up for and attend if it's something that you are feeling like you're needing kind of on top of the classes. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. It's on the website. But other than that, if you have any other questions for me, you can absolutely message me on the WhatsApp group. And yeah, and I think that's it for today. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for coming and for being so understanding of this weird time and weird adjustments that we're having to make.
Trying our best here.
And hopefully we'll see you guys really soon in person. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.